to have you. I'll let you know when it's on the end, everyone.
Okay, one more time. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to the USS Wasp, right? A wasp is what? It's a type of what? A bee, right? Some sort. So this is her hive. Okay. One of the things we're gonna do to motivate everybody for this tour is we're gonna do our little stingers up phrase, right? So if I say stingers, you're gonna say up. You're gonna put a pinky up. Okay. So we're gonna try this before we start the tour. Ready? Stingers? I can't hear. I'm deaf. I've worked in the Navy for 14 years. I'm deaf. So I'm going to try this one more time. Stingers? All right, here we go. Okay, cool. So this ship was commissioned back in 1989, but it was not the original Wasp. There was 9 Wasps before this ship. So she started back, I think, in the 1940s. And the ship's original bell is right here. You guys look behind me. When they were commissioning this ship back in 1989, the commissioning crew found out.
Ready to have you? So anything that is explosive hazard to breach or U.S. personnel, it's our job to make sure that it doesn't blow up and it doesn't. The best way to stay safe with explosives is to have distance between you and the explosion. And one of the best ways we can have distance with working with explosives is have good distance. We can do a lot of things. Anything that I cannot do, that I need to go down and finish our 100 safety procedures using any of the things I can do to make that item safe. A layer of protection that I can add on my approach is donning our bomb suit.
This is the DOD-10. First generation boxer. This one in particular is ceramic plates lined with Kevlar that pretty much act like a wall, not able to get closer to a detonation to reflect the blast tsunami, so not the enemy, it just does body damage. The total weight of this is 80 pounds to a helmet. The helmet on its own is 20 pounds. This weight does change depending on what size you wear, all the way up to 97 pounds for an extra large. But this is essentially what we would utilize to go hands-on to an item, so we can go ahead and readily save a suspicious device or whatever it may be that we can't utilize. You guys have any questions about the suit at this time? We'll go for our boots.
Those booties are right.
That's what we have to say.
Feel free to take any pictures, and if you guys think of any questions on the rest of your tour, come back and ask us and we'll happily answer them. We can use this, be in a safe, secure location, and do a lot of actions that can bridge that out of our ship. In the event that our robot cannot find that
So after that, we're going to assist with the follow-on stories and just keep us everything in place.
Standing by to get ready on your helicopter. You're going to walk all the way up this and then go up to the flight deck, right? So we're going to go up to the flight deck. We're going to show you guys helicopters and jets. But also, I want to kind of take a moment to realize and tell you guys about what this space is. This is the ship's medical department. Now here, they can treat from small boo-boos to big boo-boos, to gallbladder removals to full-blown surgery, right? Emergency medicine is what their specialty is. They'll triage us, take care of us, because this is a small city. So they can also take care of our dental care. They can take care of our mental health. Right? This is a ship. It's got 3,000 people on it at a time. You can imagine that all personalities don't clash. Right? So they have counselors here on board for us. They take care of everything. One word, five word, doesn't matter. They can take care of it all. Okay? It's a really unique thing, part of this ship. We have a full-blown surgical team that comes with us to take care of all our needs. Cool? Very cool. Alright. So the first time I made it in here, they don't have a tour group, so we're going to go straight into it. The Marine Corps band is down. That's terrible. So to give you guys an idea, okay, this is the flight deck, right? There's 9 spots where we can land jets, helicopters at once, right? And also if you look behind you, everyone thinks this is the top, but this is not the top. There's 6 more decks below this. And then right where they're at, where we can actually drive the ship from. And during a normal steaming period, there's something up there 24/7. Alright, we're going to sneak over here.
Tom Santee, call sign Sweet Tom. Behind me is the MH-60 Sierra, otherwise known as the Nighthawk. It is the Navy's premier SAR asset. The Navy is going to be the go-to for the military in terms of overwater search and rescue, except when we're in the continental U.S. that we're kind of augmenting the Coast Guard. Otherwise, it's going to be us. If someone's in the water, hey, come get us, please help me, I'm scared. We're going to be let's get the call, pick them up before they even know that they're in trouble. Afterward, it's called the Nighthawk because it was designed as a replacement to the Sea Knight, using a Black Hawk airframe. Push those together, you get Nighthawk. It is what's known as a well-loved airframe, a mature airframe, an experienced airframe. It's an old airframe. It was created as a response to the Huey lessons learned in the Vietnam War. That's when the Black Hawk came out for the Army. The Navy got a hold of it in the 90s, chopped off the tail. You can see the hinge right there. That allows us to fold it. In addition, we had articulated hinges on the rotor blades that allow us to fold it. If you look right over there, there's a Black Hawk coming down the Hudson River. That's the Army version. Easy way to tell the difference.
That's the Army.
With black and navy red, it's going to be a Seahawk.
So that's Army.
I did say it is a utility. Search and rescue mission for your We also have a cargo hook right there that allows us to hook on pendants so that we can take large shipments onto the ship. Verb prep, one of the best days for everyone on the ship. Bringing the essential supplies like energy drinks, coffee grounds, newspapers, mail, pretty much all the essentials to be a Navy sailor in the modern day. Otherwise, you can take supplies from the ship to shore for humanitarian aid, disaster relief response. Water, food, medical supplies, anything you can think of. Because it's a helicopter, particularly one without skids but instead of wheels, you can use single points to land. When I'm in front, I'll take a single wheel, put it on the side. We can even put it on the side of a skyscraper up there. Keep a hover going, and then on the back, we just chucking stuff out there. If we have supplies that need to get to people, or people need to get off the skyscraper, we can have little chain up and just pull people in to get them to safety. In addition to that medevac, we can put a C in front of that SAR, turn it into combat search and rescue. We can outfit ourselves from the sides, firing 7.62. We can fit ourselves out with rocket pods, or we can fit ourselves out with 20 Mike doing machine gun rounds. So if someone punches out in a bad place, we can get there before the bad guys even know they're there. If they do know they were there, we can tell them to stay on that side. This is our guy. We're coming to get him. Please and thank you. Other than that, I'm going to turn it over to EWS 2 Little, who's going to talk about the search and rescue supplies we have in the cabin here.
Hi everyone, first up, steps. Grab a normal bike. How's everyone doing? Yeah, it's warming up. Fleet week, yeah, 2023. Did it. I am AWS 2 Little. What does that mean? I am an aviation rescue swimmer. It's a whole lot, right? So basically, I jump out of the helicopter into the water to save people's lives. Very cool. But it also means that I'm a jack of all trades, or this helicopter is jack of all trades. We can do over water search and rescue. We can do over land search and rescue. We can also shoot guns. Like you said, the M240, right? Or the GAL, right? That's the face that I made. Yeah, heck yeah. So the 50 caliber GAL is probably one of my favorite weapons. Also the first weapon I've ever shot. Amazing, right? It's like, great time. Aside from that, we can also bring supplies to and from boats. That also means that we get judged if those supplies don't get here. You know, we're going to make sure that they always get here. Behind me is the love of my life of search and rescue, is the basket. Because if I send down a basket, what do you think you're gonna do? Right, get in, easy day. I do not need to send a rescue swimmer with the basket. It makes my life super easy. However, we do have other devices, and for all the other devices, we do require a rescue swimmer to be down there to help secure you. And for the most of them, two of them will ride up the litter. They won't ride up, but they'll make sure you're secure. This trail line assembly, rope thing in there, is to secure and make sure you don't spin control. We're not gonna do that. But yeah, we kind of do a little bit of everything. It took 2 years to get here. After those 2 years of training and sweating and crying just a little bit, you become an aviation rescue swimmer. From there is a crew chief, and that's the person that kicks out the rescue swimmer. I am a crew chief as well. So usually I'm teaching junior guys just the ropes of being a rescue swimmer, as well as kicking them out at 15 feet. Oh yeah, I kind of feel great. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of everything. Does anybody have any questions on my ball cap? But we are the HC-28 dragon whales, which is basically the Kraken. That's why we have an octopus on the tail. It's basically the squadron that I'm at. I'm home to a squadron. So the ship is the Wasp. I'm home to a squadron back in Norfolk, Virginia. When they call us, we come running. Oh yeah.
Oh, let me put this on.
Here you go. Thank you. Just like, yes, and we ride it up. I'm like, okay, cool, right?
So you got a headrest.
Amazon Prime. Oh yeah. And then the hard part.
You're so comfortable. You want to get out of there.
Did it. Any more questions?
Ship needs to go abandoned ship, right? Like a Titanic. So just beyond me here, we have these gray capsules. These gray capsules are life rafts. Each one of these can hold 25 people and maintain it for 5 days. Right? So if you're out there longer than 5 days, well, you got to start fishing. And inside there's actually fishing equipment. There's a whole bunch of different equipment. There's paddles. There's navigation equipment. Trying to figure out the way home. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there, right? But that's how we would do it. We would launch it from here. I wouldn't necessarily jump from here. I would make my way a little bit lower to the water before I jump. So you guys will notice it's a really good jump from here, right? But that's one of the ways we can get off. If there's a helicopter available for us to get on, we'll get on here and make it home safe, right? If you guys look back here, we recently received the Battle Efficiency Award. That's the big E you guys see over there. That means we certified most of our areas of the ship, so it was good for us. It's something learning experience to me. We did finally on it my first year here, so that's good. And the next part of the tour is the Osprey down here, where you guys can actually get to go in it and talk to them and see what they do. I was just asked a question about how many sailors and about 2,000 Marine Corps that will be on the ship at the time during our launch. So you can imagine the line to go to get something to eat is pretty long. Pretty long, right?
Good afternoon. I'm Captain Allen, call sign Bam Bam. I'm a pilot for the MV-22 with VMM 365. We're based out of New River, North Carolina. And first thing everybody notices about the Osprey, we've got the two big engines on the end of the wing, and they're not always oriented in the same direction as the wing itself. So what we can do with those themselves, we can modulate them all the way back to 96, basically pointing a little bit backwards and fly backwards. Or we can bring them all the way down to 0 degrees, pointed straight forward and fly like an airplane. So that allows us to take off vertically, just like the helicopter y'all have seen in the back there. And but we can also transition into an airplane and fly 280 knots, which is twice as fast as any helicopter out there can do. Now, what that provides us is the ability to do some missions like insert and extract troops and casevac roles, and do it faster than any other helicopter can do. So Marines love hearing that the Osprey's coming to get them, because they know we're going to get there quicker, and we're going to get them out of there quicker.
anything else. Full tank gas, we get about 4 hours flight time. We also have a refueling probe in the front though, and that allows us to plug into the C-130s you've seen flying overhead, and we can basically stay airborne indefinitely as long as we keep taking fuel from the C-130s. We've got about 24 seats in the back for troops, and taking off vertically, we can lift right around 15,000 pounds in total with the aircraft. That equals about 52,600 pounds. So, if you have any questions at all today, find some of the green flight suits. We can answer any questions you have. Feel free to walk through the aircraft.
I can go outside, shoot my guns, and have a good time. That's all I need to do. We're going to go downstairs. The Marines have this 4x4 equipment. They're going to give one to me so I can take it on my farm and have a good time. Just so you guys know. Well, the ship has its own fire department, but there's a crash and salvage team that's up here at all times when there's flight deck operations happening. They'll be fully dressed out. This is one of the fire trucks they have. There's another one back there. And then say if there was a crash over here, right? Alright, I'm going to stop one more time. Okay, this is flight deck control. Above us is the bridge wing. So that's where we drive the ship from. This is where the control of the craft that are happening. So all the aircraft that are up here, they're going to control it in here. They have the capability of seeing everything from inside here. Up there you guys can see in the glass, that's where our aircraft tower is. So we have an air boss that stands up there, and the mini boss is down here working all the equipment down here, making sure everything's good to go. So he controls the stuff that's on the deck, they control the stuff that's up in the air.
My name is Hovercraft. What you see right here is the UTV, Utility Tactical Vehicle. The main purpose for this one is for reconnaissance operations. This one is a small size and it's pretty quiet. Kind of just go up to the enemy line, grab information, come right back out. That's its whole purpose. Right here, you have the LHD-1. That's an amphibious vehicle. Land, water, also for reconnaissance purposes. We have another UTV right over there. This one is our famous 7-ton or the MTVR. The main purpose for that one is to carry troops, fuel, water, any kind of supplies that are required in the field. That one is not amphibious. This is the only one that can boil water. You are more than welcome to take a seat, take pictures on both of them. If you have any help, open the door for the MTVR, just let me know. If you have any further questions, please let me know. Thank you.
You guys want to stick around here? I'm going to take Alright, so like I told you guys, I've been in the Navy 14 years so far, right? 12 of those years I spent right here on the US Navy Hovercraft. So I know them in and out better than I know the ship, and I've been on them for a year. So, how many people would like to actually go down there and go tour the Hovercraft? You guys want to go down there? Alright, this is the one thing I ask. If you guys go down here, this ramp is very rigid and rugged, right? I don't need anybody suing me. and you're falling down. If you feel that you're going to fall down, please walk next to the wall. Hold on to the wall, okay? Be very slow. I don't need anybody going fast on this ramp, okay? All information about it, what message you want. I'll probably overfill you guys with information because this is my bread and butter. Right? So this is a US Navy hovercraft, right? It is probably the best kept secret in the Navy. It's not even a secret, they all know, you can Google them. Okay, when I first got orders back in 2010 to a hovercraft unit, I didn't know if they were real. I said, oh, I'm gonna go, and they're gonna be little, cars or whatever. There's no wheels attached to this, it's all air, that's all it does it. If to give you ideas what it feels like, if you have an air hockey table, you see that huck on the air hockey table, exactly what this is. It's just floating completely on air. So yes, these hovercrafts do fly because the metal doesn't always touch the water. The bag underneath it may touch the water, but the actual metal is lifted off the ground. Alright, so when we are fully on cushion, alright, think about it like this. She's 9.5 feet tall when she's fully on cushion. With the port mast extended all the way up. So she's pretty tall, almost touches the top of this when she comes up on cushion. Alright, there's 4 gas turbine jet engines that propel the craft, which is right over here. There's 2 on that side, 2 on this side. If it has to be, sometimes these craft have engines, especially this one because of the engineer, has problems, right? So sometimes they lose an engine. They were, how many hours were you guys late the other day?
It wasn't us.
It was like 9 hours late the other day because of that.
Well, it wasn't, no, it was not us.
All right.
We were supposed to leave at 13, did not happen. We delayed them by like 30 minutes. We had a power outage at the unit that's fried one of my units.
Our 30 minutes translates to their 9 hours, so we were waiting for them for a long time. So if the craft had to fly on 3 engines, it could. If it had to really fly on 2 engines, it can. It's not preferred. It's not going to go fast. It's not going to do anything. We like the 4 engines that really push a lot of power. Behind you, there's our 2 propellers, right? They're 11-foot, 9-inch wingspan on all made of carbon fiber. They can go from full reverse to full forward at a split second, so they can turn on a dime, right? We can carry a tank. One question that asked me, my tank weighs close to 60 tons. Now this max speed of this craft via Google will tell you it's 35 knots, okay? So via Google, it will tell you 35 knots on the water with the tank on board. I will tell you that I've seen a tank or a tank retriever, which is 64 tons, on deck at 50 knots on the water. Smooth sailing, no problem, right? Now, I've also been slick deck with nothing on it, just like it is now. I've been at 77 knots on the water in this thing. Now, when you go that quick, right, I was in Saudi Arabia, the water was glass, it was perfect, right? The perfect conditions had to be there. The boat had to be doing what it needed to do. But the smallest ripple of water can change how you are flying at that point, right? When you're that fast on the water, a big piece of equipment like this, a little ripple can cause it to smush, okay? So it was very scary, but it was really cool at the same time. I was looking down at the screen, I was like, whew, we did it, that was very cool. But yeah, they go quick, right? And they can carry a lot of weight, and they can go very fast. If you can imagine here, these props are spinning so quick that anything bigger than a little penny could hurt it, right? So we don't want any kind of leftover gear out here. So we're very particular about when we're checking everything, making sure that we don't leave anything like bullet rounds or any monster cans, any of that nature out here on deck. So where we're going, okay? I've seen a cheeseburger go through one of these fans. It will go through as a physical burger and it'll come out as juice, like a perfect blender, alright? And then you get your chief or senior chief yelling at you and you're cleaning up liquid from the burger for a good couple hours, picking it up. I don't know who did it, but I know the guy personally that put a cheeseburger through it just to see what happens. So it don't come out the same way. But you can imagine, it's all made out of aluminum, right? So it's very lightweight, even though it's 389,000 pounds. It's very lightweight for this piece of equipment, and she can go very quick. So
How many pounds?
389,984. Close enough. Something of that nature. It's been a long time. So I was one of the lead loadmaster instructors before I left, and then the Navy said, hey, it's time for you to make chief. So they sent me out to one of these things, and hopefully in August I'll make chief and we can go on our way. I can go drive one of these things. It's just like any other piece of equipment, right? This needs air. It needs to take in that air. So when this is spinning, we're actually sucking the air in, help kind of bring that. This, the shafts are only, there's 12 shafts that are all the way down the line on each side for a transmission system, right? And you need the air to help push it. So you're getting close when you're over here, right? It's going to start pulling you in, right? Little by little, right? That's why we have these protectors here to help through, okay? Because the original craft, these were not here. Okay? So or somebody had to go to sleep in there, take care of business.
What can happen with the vessel when the cushion gets
Big hole in the bag, right? We have the capability of actually doing emergency repair. If we're on land, we could do an emergency repair by sewing it. With our hands, we do a baseball stitch to sew the bag. We can actually maintain ourselves coming right back, depending on how big the tear is. If we're on the water and we blow the bag out completely, we will actually float like a tin can on the water, and we'll just kind of motor around until we can have somebody come tow us. And we have our capability of each craft. We can have another hovercraft tow us back to land.
it's not that it's capable.
Like I was telling earlier, we have the operators on this side, maintainers on this side. We have our fire department. You're a jack of all trades when you're on this vessel. Do an overland course so we get the experience, the feel like if we had to go inland, and it was a really neat course, but it started to get overgrown. And I was one of the last people that got to go through it, and it was trees that we just went straight up and over. And it was pretty awesome. And they just weren't trees anymore when we left, Because you gotta imagine, there's a maintenance check that we do that we have to send somebody underneath the bag to make sure the seal is doing while it's on cushion. So we got to send some people down there sometimes. The cushion. So the cushion is just made out of really thin rubber, right? Definitely not bulletproof, right? Anything like 9mm 38 would even go through it. But the thing about the skirt is that it's got an inner and an outer bag. So if the outer bag goes, you have that inner wave cushion to hold it. But if that inner wave goes, well, now you're just going to blow the air out completely. It's like a leak in your system where you're just going to blow the air out. But the thing is, I've never been shot at on this. I've been shot at different times, but not on this. I can imagine it could take a pretty good beating before it really goes.
When was the last time this was deployed for combat?
So 2018, we hit our last hot beach in Libya. We had to go in and evacuate the USMC. I was not part of the crew. I was on the relief efforts for that one. And that was the first time there was a kind of a hostile beach we had to land in. So we brought the Navy SEALs in there. They took care of the business. We inserted, got the people out, and then we left. But actually, 1988 was the last time it was used for an assault on a beach. A whole lot of things I do. So, y'all like me? I think it was housing. Yeah, I think it's housing now.
Boom!
Like a big, like a whole magazine that shoots through.
So it's one round coming out at a time.
Yeah.
It's coming out so fast.